The Mike and Tony Show is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
This is Dan Leahy, and you're listening to the Mike and Tony Show.
It's before midnight, and we are finally rolling. Pierce, yeah, let's get those headphones on. We are live in action again. It is our final podcast before the end. It's our last podcast of 2024.
Yes, sir.
New Year's is in how many days? 3 days?
Yeah, no.
It's like a week. It's like next Tuesday night is Tuesday night is New Year's Eve. Okay.
All that matters to me is that the days are getting longer now.
They are, because we're past the winter solstice. Yeah.
So
Which was like the 21st, right?
20th.
Oh, 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. That's all I care about. I care about sunlight.
Yeah.
And all of the sunlight.
I'm so with that, dude.
Dude, I hate
it's too
4:30, 4:45.
Dark.
All fucking dark.
Dark.
Well, did you know that like they were proposing, I think it was Donald Trump that was proposing that we get rid of daylight savings time? You know what that would mean?
What?
That would mean it'd be like 7 o'clock sunrise every day and a 4:30 sunset every day.
Year round.
Year round.
A 4:30 sunset?
Yeah.
No thanks. No, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Why is he proposing that? I don't like that at all.
Yeah. It's just
that's one of the coolest is the summertime.
Yeah.
It's fucking almost 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, when I was a kid, there was that time, and we've already discussed this on the podcast, where it was like 11 o'clock at night, and it was just getting like, the sun was just finally going
Do you
down.
think we exaggerated a little in our minds? It was 2 a.m., bro. Sun was just
still out.
Just going down.
But no, I remember it was just, because, you had to come home when it started to get dark.
Yeah.
And it was not getting dark, and I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But you had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Got to enjoy. We had a great party at your house. We ended up having a lot of people over here. It wasn't as big of a turnout as it has been in past years, but still a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of good times, games. I told you I stole your game.
Yeah.
That game from your party was really fun.
Yeah,
the can,
it was fun. Rolling it out and getting prizes for the bows.
Yeah, except your guys' prizes were awesome. I give out pencil erasers. No, not literally. Can you imagine?
Pencils, erasers, notepads.
Post-its, all the teacher supplies.
I have all those conference swag. I should have put those in there, and everyone would have left with like financial aid swag. Post-its that say like Sally Mae.
Yeah,
like that.
That's like mine. She has all the colleges she goes to. She has all these coffee cups and stuff like that. Yeah, no, but it was good. I'm ready. We're already in like New Year's mode. Me and Mike. We already started trying to turn the health around a little bit, trying to get it back together, get on track with our food, get some exercise going.
Yeah.
Put in an hour of basketball today.
Oh,
literally drove to my work. Me and my daughter, because she's practicing volleyball.
Okay.
So we drove out to Lakewood, used the indoor gym. Which is
I was like, you drove there to play outside?
Play outside, yeah, at the court. I think there's only 300 right around here, so. No, it's the indoor. There's something about the indoor. And for her, she's really picky because volleyball, they all play. Everything's indoor. And like she was telling me, she gets on me all the time because I shouldn't be wearing my shoes. I play outdoor and indoor in my basketball shoes. And she's like, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
she's right, because then I'm slipping a little bit on the court. Whereas if you never take them outside, they grip better. It seems like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, her volleyball team's awesome. They got the team shoes, the team bags, new uniforms, whole thing. They're very excited. Just found out they're going to Florida for a tournament.
Nice. That you guys have to pay for individually.
Yeah. Florida tickets turn out are fucking giant pain in the ass. They cost a lot of money. Florida. Why does everyone wants to go to Florida? I guess just see the crazy shit. I don't know.
I don't know. It's nice, right?
Yeah.
The weather's always nice. So you're not going to have like a tournament in February in like, Minnesota. Like
true. Well, yeah, but they play indoors, so it doesn't.
But still, you
like
drive and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess so. So how about you? Or have you shifted gear? Because I feel like everybody goes through this gear shift between when Christmas is over and when New Year's starts, right? There's this like week, and for me, traditionally that week is when I fall apart. Like I just fucking fall apart.
Yeah.
I'm eating whatever. I'm usually not working out. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
It's nice. I play a lot of video games, shit like that, right? But this year, me and Mike kind of saw it coming because we were kind of in a bad condition going into the holiday season.
Yeah.
Where it was already like we weren't working out, we weren't consistent with our food. And then the holiday season came and it was just like, it's just been balls to the wall, fucking lumpia, Filipino food all the time, sweets everywhere, daughter's baking cookies, like the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it happens.
So we decided to just transition early.
Okay.
And we decided too to take it slow. So it wasn't like a hard shift because there's nothing harder than that. Don't you think? When you've been going like 2 weeks hard in the holiday season and you're like, New Year's Day, we start fresh, get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to hit the cold plunge. I'm going to da-da-da.
Yeah.
And so we knew that wasn't going to be possible. So we know where we want to be by New Year's.
Yeah.
And then we're just taking steps this week.
Okay.
And I have to confess,
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed, but it's the truth. 2 days in a row now, I've said I was going to cold plunge.
You did not.
I haven't got my ass in there.
Yeah.
And with my allergy flared up fucking ass, I need to be in that water.
Yeah.
It would do me a lot of good.
immune system.
Yeah. And then I played basketball an hour today. So
Yeah.
tomorrow, no excuses.
Yeah.
Cold plunge.
Yeah. I need to clean mine out.
Yeah, I just did that. Yeah. You got to clean it because I've seen weird videos. So if you cold plunge and you got one of the ones like what we've got, just like a basic one, right? You do need to change that water out. You don't have a filter in
We
there.
don't have the filter ones. We're not fancy. We don't have thousands of dollars to fucking put together.
We're not Joe Rogan over
we're not
here.
Joe Rogan.
Fucking. But you could help us get to that level. So right now with your donation of
Right now you can help two
by
podcasters.
rating the show. Rate the show. Give us
You can help two podcasters. Feral, poor, slow.
Hey, we're not slow. You don't have to get too carried away. No, but you do. You have to clean out the
You
cold
do,
plunges.
Absolutely.
Because I think about it, because there's like, I've seen some weird stories online. It's usually like the old pools. You've seen the one about the teenager guy? Like everyone dared him to jump in. It was this fucking.
Oh, was it like a flesh-eating disease or something like that he got?
brain eating?
Brain eating, that's right.
Yeah. Pretty horrendous. It was like, dude, but the water.
Yeah, when you fuck around with...
It looked like one of these ponds over here.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean,
you can't see through it. It's opaque.
Like there's algae out there, bro, that will fuck with you. Like you're not like, you know, like how you were talking about in the Philippines, how when they said that, like the water splashed when the ball hit a water, and you're like, no, we'll play. And you're like,
No, bro, go shower now. You might die. We need you in that game tomorrow.
yeah, dude. So yeah, I mean, algae's out there, the fucking bacterias will fuck
You
up.
can't. Water is one of those things. It's like it's what makes life possible.
Yeah,
But it's what makes life possible. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, what is it?
bacteria
Like,
and shit.
I remember years back at the Cherry Creek Reservoir, they closed down the reservoir because they have like high levels of, I think it's red algae, which is like not good algae.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember them shutting it down for that.
So yeah, you don't want to fuck with that algae shit, dude. That kid, you know, probably.
Again, it speaks to you wanting to have your bionic body one day, so you can escape this, because that's the flesh, having moist parts of your body and
Well, no,
skin.
I still have like flesh. I'm just replacing my bones and stuff.
Oh, your bones will be metal. Oh, you want to be like Wolverine?
Yeah,
Adamantium skeleton or something. Okay, throw some claws in there if you're gonna go do it anyway.
yeah,
Oh, that's a lot of pain though.
yeah. Just like
tearing through the flesh.
open wounds all the time.
That actually seems really uncomfortable to me. If you were a combination of robot and flesh, seems uncomfortable. I don't know.
If it's encased in it, it's gonna be fine.
I guess
I mean,
so.
if like screws and exposed stuff like that, yeah, that's infections, bro. That's infections.
I hope by the time they figure it out, it's not screws.
It's not.
It says the guy literally with like two or three screws in my head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
holding pieces.
That shocked me when I got my brain surgery, and I did not know that it was that old school still.
Yeah.
They still literally, I put a couple screws in there. When he said that, I was like, what? And they showed me on the x-ray. I'm like, there's screws in my head. That's fucking wild. We're going to laugh at that shit. Like, they'll laugh at it in like two generations. You know what I mean?
You're gonna be going to your like physical dollar when you're like,
Oh my God, come here, look at this,
when
you
you're,
guys.
Yeah, when you're like 80 years old, they're gonna look at this. He has actual screws. He has actual screws in his
That's
head.
real? I didn't know that was
wild.
real.
That's so archaic. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do? Like whittle your own fires and everything too?
How did they get them in there? They literally cut your head open. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we did it back then.
Oh, like somebody with their hands?
Tell me you weren't awake for it. Yeah, I was. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Maybe, because that's what it'll be when they look back at us now, but it's the same way for us when we look back on like medieval times.
Oh, dude. Fucking
bro, leeches to fix everything. Just fucking,
or if you had a headache, putting your fucking vice on your head and squeezing it, or they thought like, a headache, drill a hole in your head to relieve pressure.
The shit.
I have such a bad headache. Or it'd be like this is right? One of the hand cranking, right?
Oh
It'd
my
have to be one of those. It would have to be, and no anesthesia dollar. Oh my god. You're just sitting there like, and someone just like cranking a fucking drill in your skull.
I'm so glad we're alive now. And it's cool because can you imagine if all you knew about was the future but not the past? If it was the opposite, like you always know the future but not the past? Because it's nicer to know like the past and not the future. Because we probably will. In the future, they'll look back at times like this and be like, hey, you guys just walked around like that? Just fucking raw dogging life, Just like, that's unbelievable. How did you survive?
Raw dogging life.
You guys didn't catch every disease? That's crazy.
That's wild, bro. Yeah.
Wow. That was before the great cleanse of the earth. Oh, man. You know what's weird? I was thinking about this thing because for the listeners who probably remember our golden orb thing that we looked for. Here, have you seen this thing, though, in the sky? These weird things they're seeing in the sky now that are orbs. Have you seen them?
Yeah, those are like AI generated dollar.
Do you think they are?
Yeah.
Am I just getting fooled by all those?
Yeah, dollar.
It's all fake. How the fuck do you know what's real anymore? You can't tell what's real or fake.
You don't, but like there's like people out there that like they actually have like videographers, like people that are really good with it can detect and see like if images are added in and stuff like that. There's actually people that do that.
And I still think back to what Mark was saying about the Johnny Depp trial. Remember that? Depp versus Heard or whatever. When they were able to look at photographs and just look at the digital coding on it and be able to tell if it was edited. Yeah. I'm sure that exists too.
Yeah.
For film.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
But how do you know what's real? And the sad and depressing admission I have to make is that I spend too much time on social media.
Yeah. You know who sends me a fucking shit ton of fake stuff?
Who?
Just take one guess.
Fran.
Yes.
What does he say to you? Oh, I saw one of them.
Bro, look at this. I told you, bro. And it'd be like Joe Rogan and it's like his voice, but it's like...
But it's totally fake. You can tell.
It's like, his voice and it's like images, like when he's talking and everything like that.
It's not him.
And I'm like, bro, scroll down. Like if you look at the comments, like because a lot of them now you have to disclose, like if it's AI generated and stuff like that. Like you have to say this is written with AI. And so like if you scroll down, like one of the ones I scrolled down and looked at the comments and I was like, look at bro, it says at the bottom for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, Joe Rogan's entertainment.
Yeah. That's hilarious. He's hilarious. But I just don't like that you can't tell.
Yeah.
Because it stimulates our imaginations, you know what I mean? Like I want those orbs to be real. But I just kept thinking about how similar it was to the golden orb, and people are saying some of them look golden, and I was thinking about this golden orb that just disappeared. Like maybe there's something to the orbs in general. I don't know.
I mean, orbs are basically all around, right? They're fragments of dust and light. Whenever they're on screens or in videos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like ghosts and stuff in cameras, right? But it's all just from particles in the air and refractions of light and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, a majority of it, I still believe that some of these orbs that you see on screens and they like move unnaturally, they're like a falling piece of dust. But like some that like goes like sideways and stuff like that.
The weird movement.
That is not like,
yeah.
That's some scary.
Well, what about all the ones in the sky and stuff that we've been seeing for like the last few years? Not just the orbs, not the orb ones, but like the unidentified, whatever they're calling them now.
The
UFVs, whatever. UVAs.
Yeah.
Who can't keep up? They just keep changing it, so they, we're always talking about different shit.
Yeah.
But I wonder, and it seems like so much of it's got to be just government shit, right?
Yeah.
They probably have so much technology that we have no idea.
One of the funniest things, I saw a reel the other day, and it was with Trump talking about the drones, right? That was going over New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right, all those drones that have been happening, and people are like, oh my god, look at these fucking drones. What are they?
Yeah,
and and there was that, again, we were talking, there's that dude that was the sheriff that took his regular, drone up in the air, his fucking DJ-2 regular ass drone. He's like, I couldn't even keep up with them.
Well, yeah.
No fucking shit, bro. You're not gonna keep up with that
piece of
fucking
shit,
drone,
buddy.
dude. It's a fucking
Yeah.
Anyways, and so they were talking they asked Trump, and he was on this video, and he was like, what do you think about the drones? Well, the government knows something about them. He goes, and they're not telling us. He's like, we need to know what these are, and so they know where they're coming from. They know where they're coming from. He's talking all this, and so
You got the head tilt.
and he's like, he goes, and he was talking about it, right? And at the end, he was like, but they should let us all know what this is. And he's like, have you been briefed on this? And he's like, yes. He goes, can you tell us exactly what's going on? I have no comment for that. I'm like,
Whoa.
bro, you just said that the government should tell us about it and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he can't.
But I'm just saying, he was just saying earlier that they should tell you what it is. And then he's like, oh, I can't tell you though.
Then the follow-up question, if I'm the reporter, is, are you going to tell it when you're when you're president again? I'd be curious to know.
Yeah.
There's got to be so much shit that blows your mind when you become the president.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
All those, they just start opening up files,
Access
showing
to
you
GPS
shit.
stuff, dude. Or like those Kennedy files that just
Yeah.
got released, those videos.
And you realize too that you're not really the boss.
No.
Fuck no. No.
There's no one that has, here in the United States, absolute power, right?
Yeah.
It's conglomerates of people and
Sure.
different things. And so,
It's big entities that have all the power.
yeah.
Big companies and things like that, and groups of lobbyists and things like that, moving money and moving legislation and all that stuff. What do you think is going to be different in 2025? So we are actually a few years removed from COVID now.
Yeah.
Because COVID was 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, 2020, yeah.
And then kind of bled into 22, 23 a little.
A little bit, yeah.
And then it's been pretty much gone 2024. It feels I'm sure it's still out there.
Yeah.
People send us hate
There's
mail.
new waves and stuff like that has come out.
But
and stuff
looking
like that,
back,
too.
it's just, isn't it weird how we just move on from shit? Instead of kind of reflecting as a society on how that whole thing went, how we handled it, everything we did,
Yeah.
what we went through. Because I remember everybody panicked in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
We all panicked. People were rushing the stores. You were scared to get anything. I remember riding in the summertime, riding our bikes as a family. And I remember when it first started, literally made us these masks. We're riding around outside on our bikes with homemade masks on.
Yeah. Like it was fucking China.
Yeah. Not to mention,
But they were the masks out in China for a different fucking reason, bro. 'Cause it's so fucking polluted.
Polluted.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Well, I think an Asian thing too, in a lot of Asian cultures, is wearing the mask as a being polite when you're sick. You know what I mean? Or having something where you also just sort of wear it.
Yeah.
And then some people probably just wear it to protect themselves.
Mostly from the pollution, bro. The pollution is wild in China.
Do those kind of masks actually protect you from pollution?
Yeah,
though?
yeah, they get the
They have a different
pollutions.
kind, probably.
No, yeah, there's different grades of masks and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, it's it's when we were out in China, I just remember not having, because they were you can bring masks or you don't have to bring masks. It is just, the pollution is a little bit more if you've ever been to LA.
It's more than that.
It's more than LA. And you're like, oh, damn. Okay. And we got out there. It's noticeable. Everybody fucking smokes in China. It's just.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah. Everyone smokes in China. And then the other thing is, it's just, there's a lot of people out there. It's a lot of fucking cars driving around. It's a lot of energy and power plants going off, right?
Sure.
All that pollution, all that coal, and yeah, dude. There's at one point in time, when we were out there, their big old giant skyscrapers in Beijing, you couldn't see the top of that because of the fucking smog, bro.
Just visibility, no visibility,
No visibility, dude.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how resilient human lungs are?
Yeah,
When you think about it, they're not designed. Even as somebody who smokes weed, I think about it. You're lungs weren't supposed to be a way to ingest stuff. You know what I mean?
filter things out. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a way to get things into your bloodstream.
yeah,
But it's almost if lungs were designed more perfectly, they wouldn't get any, all it would get into your bloodstream is what it's supposed to, just the oxygen and whatnot. But it gets whatever goes into your lungs goes into it, including the stuff we just walk around breathing all the time. And it's funny how I think like that. And then on the other hand, I also think that, what's the fucking deal smoking a bowl once in a while when you're like, I'm breathing exhaust everywhere I go,
walking everything. Down the street,
Well, and here too, my allergies were so bad, Pierce, from your house. Did we talk about that in this?
No, not in this segment.
Yeah, so my allergies went crazy. I'm in love with dogs. I loved on your dogs too much. In my head, I was thinking that they were hypoallergenic for whatever reason, and I really got in there with Duchess. I was just scrubbing
and
on
Duchess is
her.
not letting you go. She's
100+
pound dog, and she'll lay on top of you.
Yeah.
And you're there.
Yeah, anytime I would chill out, she's like, "Brah, what's up?
Yeah,
what are you doing? Come on, I'm just relaxing.
Yeah,
you're leaving soon. Come on.
Yeah."
But where was I going? Oh yeah. So then when we come back to our house, and we hadn't done like a real cleaning. Everything. We went into this holiday season just not together.
Yeah.
Our health wasn't together. House wasn't clean. Right. Then all of a sudden people are all up in the house and everything. And so yesterday did a all day cleaning.
Oh,
you can't even tell now. These fucking kids, just shit's everywhere again. Yeah. But I did a super underneath cleaning. I pulled everything out of the pantry, like scrubbed all the floors, mopped the whole bottom floor. We scrubbed our bedroom and the bathroom, and just literally mopped the stairs. Like just did one of those just to feel better. And it did seem like it sped up my sty going away, dude.
Okay,
Zoe, because see with Duchess, at least her hair's short.
Yeah.
Zoe's hair is like these clouds.
Yeah, they're clumps.
Like
she's like a little bit of. She's like a medium hair dog.
Yeah.
Whereas Duchess is technically a
short hair
dog. Yeah.
Which is what I always had like growing up, like boxers and things like that.
Yep.
She was a short haired dog too, my boxer. But yeah, so I just we talk about all the stuff we're breathing in, the stuff going into our lungs, all the shit in the air. And then I just think about the house because you're like outside, the wind blows and moves stuff around.
Yeah.
When you're inside a house, especially in the winter when everything's shut all the time, dust and hair and shit just settles.
Yeah, that's other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't, I mean, it's not like you're scrubbing 100% of surfaces all the time. You can't. No. You can't keep up like that. It's not possible. But then when you do, I was shocked at how much dog hair was like under my nightstand, under my bed, directly where my fucking head's at, like under the bed though.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no wonder I can't get a break with allergies.
Yeah. It's wild is that there's going to be, UV light also kills, right? A lot of bacteria and stuff like that, right?
Right.
But it's also bad for us and our skin, right? Because it's also melanoma, cancer, stuff like that.
Dude, we can't fucking get. You can't.
But like, what is it? At the stadium in Buffalo, they're proposing this new stadium that has like a state of our stadium. They're going to still play outside, right? A lot of these cold weather places are moving indoors. Like Chicago, by the way, is moving indoors.
Yeah, 10-game losing streak, by the way. Thanks for bringing it up.
But anyways, they're going to be moving indoors now, right? So they're not going to have that benefit of being cold anymore. Well, Buffalo sees that
as
a
factor, right?
Yeah. Well, Buffalo still sees that as a factor, right? But what they're doing, Buffalo's changing it up. They have like these awnings, right, that are going around the whole stadium. And in these awnings, they're going to have real grass year round in Buffalo, even in the wintertime, bro.
What do you mean awnings? What's
like
an awning again?
that goes around the stadium. So it's still going to be open. Sure. It's still going to be, have the elements and everything, but it's going to be a heated field, because every day now, like if it snows, every game, the city of Buffalo goes to the stadium and shovels the snow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And the other thing that's mind-blowing is the places that do have the heated fields, outdoor heated fields. Yeah. That's a wild thing.
So, but they've always also played on turf just because of where they're at, right? They're in a cold ass place. You can't have grass.
It's gonna be rock.
Yeah, it's gonna be rock. It's gonna be brown. But so what they're doing? Check this out, $. They're gonna have grass, and they're gonna have UV lighting, like when nobody's there, UV lighting on the field to keep that grass growing and green throughout the whole year.
Where do the lights go? Like where are they?
It's gonna be under the canopy, the awnings around it.
Whoa.
That's wild, right?
Whoa. There's wild shit coming.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. How do they heat fields up?
It's water underneath, just like you do with heated driveways. Same thing.
I don't even know how heated driveways work.
Oh, okay. So it's so you have your concrete, right? And then underneath they put under these hoses, these water hoses, and it puts heated water.
It's like coiled.
Yeah, it's coiled,
milk or whatever.
basically. Yep.
Okay.
And same with floors, like tiled floors, stuff like that. Just little heated, little water coils underneath it.
I never even
and they
knew.
heat up.
Never even thought about
or
it.
some of them are electric coils. They don't have water in it. And sometimes, but some of these places have water. Some of them have like the electric coils and stuff like that too. So yeah, it just heats it up from underneath.
Yeah. Fascinating.
So
Isn't it weird how humans change our environment in every possible way?
yeah, I mean, we used to be hairy ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, we had to be.
Then we developed fire.
No kidding.
And then buildings and
I saw some funny video. This made me think of it just now. Of this, it was like a Chinese guy. He was like a genetic research guy, and he spent like 10 years on this giant project. His whole thing was that he really believed that Chinese people and Asian people in general, but specifically Chinese people, were special. That they had like a different DNA lineage than the rest of humanity.
Yeah.
He really thought they came I think specifically he thought they came directly from Homo erectus. And so he did this long ass like 10-year study, and then he was like, in the end, he was a good scientist because he was like, no, it turns out, yeah, we just all go back to Africa.
you're like, what?
It turns out we're not so special. But I love that. That's what I do like about science, is that if you're following it honestly, just because you want something to happen doesn't mean. I thought that was interesting. I don't know what you said a minute ago that made me think of that, about just that idea of like
Being hairy. That we used to be.
yeah,
hairy,
like
right?
our evolution. That they thought they had a separate evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You might think so. If you travel to Japan and shit, you see how clean everything is and how it runs perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about COVID. Like going back to that, right? The water in Venice, right? Wasn't it like clear and you can see it and it was clean because
Wasn't that wild, dude?
yeah,
The whole
remember that?
thing.
Fish were in it and they were like swimming
Bro.
throughout and everything. Yeah.
Remember during COVID when it was like at the peak of everything being shut down at the beginning, it was like one of those for the whole entire earth.
Yeah.
Like the whole earth just came alive. Like the air cleaned up in places. It was just unbelievable.
Yep.
Smog blew out of
You were saying like
areas.
the glacier melt was lower too because we weren't fucking doing anything.
Dude, it just goes to show that we really could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, we can't just stay shut down. Like, no, but we're smart, bro.
Yeah.
We've figured out so much as a civilization, as humanity. We could figure out we could fix it so fast. Just by everything shutting
Bro,
down.
how's my Mercedes Benz gonna get me to here and there?
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. Then says the guy who doesn't want to get up his Tacoma either. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know.
Me too. I don't want to. I want to go back to an old truck. Remember?
Yeah.
Fucking gas and
The one I get a pass on, bro. They don't even
Yeah.
care if I fuck up the environment. It's so old. They're like, well, we can't do nothing about that.
yeah.
Man, gotta let the man have his truck. You know, it's funny.
He's waited this long. Let him have it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. Everything is getting so weird.
Yeah.
Time's traveling so fast. We're old, Pierce. When did we become old? Realized we had those young guys last week on the podcast. My son and his
now you
friend.
can see these fucking gray hairs everywhere in these new cameras.
Yeah,
Fucking
crystal clear.
everywhere. Like,
Yeah, no, that's what I was telling you earlier. I was like, hey, these cameras are awesome.
oh, whoa,
Ooh,
wait,
ooh.
I am. Whoa,
Let's go back to those
fucking
1990s
old, bro.
fucking
Jesus.
fold out cameras. That's what we need. It's too clear, Pierce.
You've
No,
been
but
doing
the-
this podcast for 10 years, dollar.
I love it, dude. It makes me so happy. What makes me happy is I love it when people don't understand the point of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes people always ask, they always want to know, oh, like, what's the focus of your show? And like, we literally ramble, bro.
Yeah.
We just sit down and we bullshit. We like to have interesting people on.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just sit and talk. But it's almost, to me, like the product of the podcast is fun because I've just always loved making them.
Yep.
And now I've always been an audio file. I'm turning a little bit into a video file, Pierce.
There you go.
Getting some better cameras, getting into the video editing a little bit. But what I love, so I like making it. It's still fun to make it, but it's what it is in my life
Yeah.
that is more important to me. It's my time to hang out with you, to hang out with our friends, to connect, to take time out to be like, there's no real point. We're bullshitting. We're having good conversations
Yep.
in a time when conversations are more important than ever.
Yeah.
And we're two regular dudes.
And two regular dudes. But that was the other thing too, right? We always said that, when people come on, they're like, there's nothing special about me. No, something special about you, dude.
Every person.
Yeah, every person has something special about them. You got a cool story. Someone has a story. Mm-hmm. Two-Tone has a good story.
God, that one. Go back. What episode? Two-Tone. Yeah, Levita. That was another
Levita has a
one.
good story. Justin Freeman that he's been on here. Now we're talking about year in review, Dollar.
Oh, year in review.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So
yeah. So we first of all, to be totally transparent to the listeners, podcast tracking is tough.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome and it's tough. It's awesome because compared to when we first started, you have to have a specific RSS feed and all that. You still have an RSS feed.
Yeah.
But now distribution is free for everybody.
Yeah.
If you just pay for one thing, like ours happens to be through Squarespace, which love you, Squarespace. We're not officially sponsored, so I'm just saying we might consider other options in the future.
Spotify's been knocking on our doors, Squarespace.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But either way, it used to be hard to get it in places. Now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But as a result, when you're trying to track how many listens you have across a fucking trillion platforms, very hard.
It's rough.
You have to put some time and effort into it. You got to be a professional podcast.
Yeah. It's got to be huge. I mean, you got to go to Apple. You got to go to Squarespace. You got to go to Spotify.
Yeah, not to mention there's 1,000 more out there.
Oh yeah,
and they used to have. Did we just lose all the ones we got on Google Podcasts because it went away?
Google
so
went
I guess all those.
Yeah, Stitcher,
I don't know.
Like all those. Yeah,
I don't know. So to tell you the truth, I think we have 11 listeners. Just fucking around. No, but
they're all in Ohio.
Yeah, no, we can see a lot. The one place we can see everything is through the website. Through our RSS tracker, we can see. That's how we know what's going on in Ohio growth, and things like that.
And
but knowing specifics of who's watching video, who's not, certain things don't catch. I don't know why YouTube. Maybe because we never put any effort there. We don't have a ton of listenership on YouTube. But now that we're uploading regularly, we're getting more listens.
Yeah.
And if you like it, if you're watching this on TikTok or you're seeing this somewhere, we have clips all over the place now.
Yep.
And so go and give us a follow on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen, and give us a 5-star rating, please.
Yeah. Because we've done nothing to give you anything under that. We've always given you our 5-star effort.
5-star effort. Every time. Look, I have a notepad.
He does.
Every week.
And he puts timing down there on what he should put in as far as descriptions.
Yes.
Dollars on it. But
I'm on it.
10 years. We've been doing this 10 years. And so, again, these are Spotify stats. And so this is...
Oh, you're going to go specifically through the Spotify.
Yeah.
Because they do the nice little wrap.
They do a little wrap for Spotify, for podcasters. And again, Squarespace, Spotify's... try to bring us over too because they monetize.
For my fellow podcasters out there, just let me vent for just a second. The biggest pain in the butt with Spotify, unless you're probably Joe Rogan, I'm sure they do it differently for him, is that I have to upload the video separately.
From YouTube.
Did I say Spotify?
Yeah.
Did I just rip on Spotify?
Yeah.
Squarespace,
yeah.
And I know Rogan used to do his there. He probably moved it away from Squarespace at some point. Because that's the problem is that I can only do audio through our RSS feed.
Yeah.
And then I got to go back and I got to upload the video. Just saying. Spotify, how you doing?
But anyways, through the 10 years that we've still been doing this, we're still growing all the time.
Mm-hmm. Despite a lot of inconsistency years ago.
Yeah. We've been good post-COVID.
Yeah, COVID really threw a wrench in the gears.
But I mean, this year alone, we've gained 26% following.
This is Spotify.
On Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah, which is big too because we've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Our streams have gone up 133%.
Yeah. See, the video's getting better.
It's the videos, dude.
Yeah. Well, I love videos because videos also help us reach all the other platforms.
Yeah. And then our followers are also 100% growth.
Did it give us any numbers on video versus audio? Because I know I'm 99% sure we still have way more audio listeners than people who actually watch the video.
I'm not sure. I'm looking through it right now.
Okay, we'll see what we got.
So we say here 75% of those 100% just discovered us this year. So sweet. 25% of you that came back to us from previous years.
All right.
Let's see what else we got here. The favorite episode, according to Spotify, for this year was episode 178.
I have no idea.
And that is Katie Davidson.
Katie Davidson. All
When
right.
she came on here, talked about her nutrition. We talked about a lot about mental health too.
Yeah, that was a
that
good
was also
episode.
the one where we talked about her boobs. We talked about her
Her
boobs.
experience with getting fake boobs, going through the whole fucking. She went
having
through.
the implant sickness.
Dude, yeah, she went through hell.
Yeah,
That's probably why. That was probably a big. That probably resonated with
yeah,
people.
it probably resonated with a lot of people.
Look at social media, dude. Everybody's getting fake boobs.
yeah,
fake boobs,
it's true,
fake butts.
right?
Yeah.
Brazilian butt lifts, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was streamed, by the way. Her episode 178. So those of you who are just again new, if you're new, hers was streamed 358% more than average episodes.
Wow, I believe it.
So again, it was a good one. It just resonated with a lot of people, and hearing that the implant sickness.
She was cool to have on, and it was also that was kind of it was just cool of her how candid she was. You know what I mean? How open she was about the whole experience, and because it's not something people want to talk about a lot. Getting fake body parts.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
enhancing yourself, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Our listeners by age. Okay,
There got to be all old people.
are we an old man podcast?
Are
Let's
we?
see.
Let's see.
18 to 24-year-olds, 3% of our listeners.
3% of our
Yeah.
listeners are 18 to 24. Yeah, this is sounding like it's going to be the old
Here we go.
podcast. Oh, God.
25 to 29, 11% of our listeners.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We're into the 30s.
30 to 34, that's 18% of our listeners
Oh, no,
on
Mike.
Spotify, yeah.
Probably our age group, 35.
35 to 44 is 45% of our listeners. Almost half of our listeners are in
It's
our
the
age
Old Man
group.
Podcast.
It's the
What
Old Man
can I
Podcast.
say?
And then 45 to 54 is 14%.
We even have a
And
good
then
chunk of people.
55 plus is 9%. So,
Okay.
yeah, we're not really hitting it with those kids. Sorry.
No, we are not the newest thing. Look at our format, buddy.
Yeah, no
we're
cap
just-
on God.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no.
We are not
What the skibbity?
We are not the Rizzlers of the world dollar. But we did grow our 55% community, our 55 and older community by 200% this year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember even having many in that category
I don't
before.
remember that either. So
I wonder if our audience is aging with us. When we're like 80, all our listeners are like 80.
at 80, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. It's probably what's going to happen.
That's probably what's I can't believe the world we live in.
We're in the world. We are, we have better stats on our website, but Spotify is showing 3 countries.
Only 3. There's a lot more.
Yeah, we know there's a lot more out there through our website and the RSS feeds that are getting fed through the other podcast catchers and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Obviously, United States is our number 1 country.
Yeah, because I think Spotify is a very small percentage of our...
Yeah, it is.
It's the dopest platform, though, if you ask me.
People who watch our show also subscribe to the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, no shit on that one.
Story Pirates.
Okay, don't know that.
Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard.
I love that show.
The PBD Podcast. You watch that one too, $1?
I do? What's
That's one
PBD?
Patrick Bet David.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Sean Ryan Show.
Don't know that one.
So yeah. And the music that our people listen to. Guess what the number 1 is?
I don't know. It's all old people. No
It's
offense,
lo-fi.
listeners.
Lo-fi, dude. People just like to chill out.
I'm a big fan of lo-fi.
Yeah.
Well, because it makes sense. I think there's a connection between people who listen to instrumental music and
And
podcasts.
podcasts, right? They like to hear it and listen to it, right?
Yeah.
Callie loves lo-fi, dude.
It's the best.
So, yeah.
There's so many versions of it. My favorite right now is Purple Cat. I listen to Purple Cat a lot. Good, really good ones. They had like the Lion King remakes too. Like they have a Hakuna Matata
Oh, damn.
one. It's
Okay.
just a dope mellow version of it. Pretty.
Guess what number 2 is?
Number 2, what?
Songs. That people, like, genre. that
Oh,
people
okay,
listen to.
genre. I don't know.
Hip-hop.
Hip hop. It checks out.
Yeah.
It checks out. We both
We're
like
pretty
hip-hop.
dope and fresh.
Yeah. Dude, when I was cleaning the house,
It's
no, sorry, Mike. I just realized what you're trying to do there. We're going to go ahead and pause, have a little conversation with Mike. No, when I was cleaning the house, we listened to so much consecutive music. You ever listen to music for so long you actually get tired of it?
No.
Never.
I will literally listen to one song.
I'm talking about in one sitting, though.
No. I will listen to the same song, $1, like 30 times in a row. Do you want to know what I listened to today?
30 times?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
I listened to Bubba Sparks' Ugly.
It's literally the same song?
Yeah, 30 times in a row.
don't know what to make of that. That's really wild.
I just get into it. I'm like, oh shit, heavy hitters. Heavy hitters kind of ugly.
Play it again. Run it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Run it back.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
No, so I started the day with reggae,
Okay.
which is my go-to. Probably
mine
spent
too.
most of the day on it, like listening to all sorts of different reggae. And then eventually I just was burning out on it a little bit. And I was like, okay, we got to change this up. I'm trying to remember, I went to 90s hip hop, 90s rap after that.
Okay.
So everything from Ice Cube and Gangsta Paradise, all that kind of stuff. So I'm listening to that. And then I burn out on that. And then I put on 70s music
Okay.
and was rocking out to some classic rock. And then I just hit a wall.
Oh,
I just wanted it fucking quiet. Because I was cleaning all day, bro, from morning till night.
I don't ever hit those $1. Obviously.
That's weird.
Obviously. Listen to the same song 30 times.
I don't know.
in a row.
It's like a double whammy because it's, first of all, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that is an odd thing that I hit a wall and can't listen to more music. But there's no way I can't listen to a song. Depending on the song, I might play it twice in a row. But I couldn't go a third time on any song. No matter how much I love it, I'd be like, there's
and
so many
I can
other
go
good
10 times that amount $1.
That's a very interesting fun fact about Mike Pierce. I never knew that.
Yeah, I can do that.
You can listen to a song 30 times. No exaggeration.
Yeah, no exaggeration. I did that today.
Wow.
Told you I listened to Bubba Sparks.
Wow. Have you ever done it with my songs?
Yeah, I've listened to Sunshine a few times in a row.
It feels weird. I don't know. 30 times. No, you probably don't listen to that one 30 times. Oh, did you ever listen to the new Dancing in Sunshine, by the way?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, that's all right.
I think it's all right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's all
not
right.
like
You'll
the
never
acoustic.
compare
never
to your
compare
favorite
that.
YouTube version.
The
All right.
raw.
All right.
The raw, unedited Tony Dollar. Unplugged.
Yeah.
Tony Dollar Unplugged.
Yeah. This one was unplugged, but it was like 2 guitars, 2 vocals.
Yeah.
So it was a little layered.
Yeah.
Still a little layered. Okay.
Oh, if you like reggae, obviously you like reggae.
Yeah.
Left Coast playlist is a really good one.
Left Coast?
Yeah, Left Coast playlist.
Okay.
Right, playing words Left Coast because obviously that's the
West Coast.
yeah. Yeah, Left Coast playlist. Anybody out there, give it a listen. It's a good one.
I love how we have access to everything nowadays. You know what I mean?
Number 3, genre. What do you think the number 3 genre of
Like what our listeners listen
what our
to
listeners
music wise?
Yeah, music wise.
Number 3 genre, and the first one was lo-fi. 2 was
country.
2 was country.
Sorry.
Oh, you just gave away the third one. Wow. So people.
Country.
So what a wide.
We're all over the
variety.
place, man.
Lo-fi hip hop number 1. Number 2, 90. What was it? Hip
Hip
hop.
hop. Yeah.
Hip hop in general.
Yeah.
3, country.
Country.
Love you, listeners. All over the place. That's got to be some of those Ohio people. Let's be honest.
Really? No, I think Ohio would be more hip hop. No?
That's probably true.
Yeah.
I guess so.
That's where
Maybe Colorado.
Bone Thugs and Harmony are from Ohio, so
So yeah, so that's very representative of that
naturally,
state.
Bone
Yeah.
Thugs and Harmony,
Yeah.
Mike and Tony show. Everything checks out.
Yeah, I love it. That's cool. It is growing. It's fun for us because I don't know. I don't know about you, Pierce. I just like making them.
Yeah.
Just like making them.
Now they have audiobook genres now. So
Wait, so these are people that listen to us
Yeah.
and what audiobooks they also like to listen
Yeah.
to. This is fascinating.
what is number 1?
I wish we could do this for like the bulk of our listeners.
Yeah.
To really see. This might be skewed data. It's just Spotify.
Well, what about the audiobook genres? What do you think number 1 is that people listen to our podcast?
Like genre of audiobooks? Shit, bro. I would guess it's not fiction. Just because our show is just talking. It's just real actual conversations. So I would think it would be like self-help or something, maybe.
Yep.
Really?
Number 1, bro.
Self-help.
Good job, Dollar.
Yeah. A little logical thinking there.
And then number 2, what do you think number 2 is?
Besides self-help?
Yeah. We have a lot of fun on here, Dollar.
Comedy?
There you go.
Hey.
Comedy.
Hey.
And then number 3,
Okay.
what is some things that we get to talk about when we go on tangents and rants?
Conspiracy theories?
Well, but what's that tied to?
Like crime, true crime, something like that.
Political science.
Political science?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I can see that. That's
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah.
It's
Again,
weird.
that's all over the place too. Self-help,
Very,
comedy, political science.
Very all over the place. Fascinating.
And listeners can't keep their eyes off you. We know.
Yeah.
Our videos were watched 163% more this year than last year.
Yeah, okay. So we are gaining momentum on the videos.
Oh, yeah.
And I think a lot of that comes from now that we're putting all these clips on TikTok and
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, and so people want to watch it on Spotify.
I kind of want to get more going on our Insta.
I mean, I would say, we did video all throughout last year too, for a majority of it, So
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of, there was times in the distant past where we had, but I'm surprised that the majority of our podcasts are videos.
yeah,
Most of them.
we were in the top 15% of all video podcasts of Spotify.
Really? So we're doing probably better than average with regard to how we don't have the hugest following, but we have a good chunk of people that watch our videos.
yeah.
A high percentage of them watch the video. That's
Top
pretty
15,
dope.
Top 15%, dollar.
Yeah. How about that, buddy?
How about that?
How about that?
Let's see here. Our biggest fans. So, it says shout out to your biggest fans for keeping you at the top of the game. We are a top 10 favorite for 42 fans.
Top 10.
Yeah. We're in the
Okay.
top
And this is
10.
just Spotify.
Yeah.
Okay. We love every listener.
We're in
Thank you.
top 5 for 45.
Okay.
So it's the same.
There's 45 people that have us as in their top 5 podcasts.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fucking wild, Pierce. What did we do to deserve any of this? We just sit
Our
here
top fans
bullshit.
listen to us 2.3 times more than just regular listeners. So 2.3 more. It means they're doubling up on podcast dollar.
Yeah.
They're
I
going
like
back
that.
and re-listening to things.
Again, that's got to be some of the TikTok and the
Yeah.
because I'm going in and grabbing old ass videos of ours
Yep.
and just clipping them up and
Yeah.
throwing them out there,
Yep.
putting a bunch of stuff out there. I really love it. I just think there's something really because I'm a podcast person, and that's part of the reason I like making them is because I love listening to podcasts, and I definitely have an appreciation for podcasts that are super edited. You know what I mean? They're well thought out. They probably put hours and hours and hours into making a single episode, right?
Yeah.
It's very well thought out. Maybe it's historical, whatever. I love those, but I gotta say, they're definitely not the majority of podcasts I listen to. Most podcasts that I enjoy listening to, there's no script. It's various types of interesting people, and they're just talking. And that's what I like.
Yeah.
And that's what I listen to the most because I'm a guy who commutes. I'm always driving really far. So I listen to podcasts all the time. And that's what I like the most. I definitely like a good organized podcast. There's people that you're just like, to me though, if you're doing that, it's got to be a full-time job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To like people who like NPR style shows where they spend, 12 hours creating an 11-minute clip. We'd be fucked, Pierce.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh, no,
We
I
have
couldn't
90-minute shows. In fact, our shows aren't even the same length. They're all different.
Yeah. They are.
It'd be anywhere from 87 minutes to 97 minutes, maybe. Depends.
Yeah.
That last one was funny. I don't know if you heard the end of our last
Yes.
episode. I left in. I'm saying, are we done?
Are we done? Is that it? There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just sitting here shooting the shit. It's going by. Time's flying by. We're getting more listeners. We're in the top 15% for videos on Spotify. That's very cool. Please tell a friend. We don't do this enough. We don't really market ourselves.
No.
We don't pay. We don't do anything like that. Don't even want ads on the show. Nothing like that.
Because if we did it, it'd be like a job.
Yeah.
And we don't want to affect the quality for you, the listeners.
We do it for the love of it, buddy. We really do. Speaking of the love of it, I know it's very early, but I saw some really cool ones this week.
Yeah?
Did you have more on the Spotify Wrapped or anything? Am I cutting you off?
No, that was our Spotify Wrapped was also telling us that we are what is it? A storyteller podcast.
We do tell a lot of stories on
Yeah.
here. Over
A
the years.
storytelling podcast.
Everything from almost shitting yourself as a teacher, right?
Yeah.
To what was the one? What was that old story you told that used to be on the Reverb Nation about? It was when I told my nipple piercings, but yours was
my tongue piercing one.
tongue piercing one.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Tostadas.
Yep. The tostadas, bro.
Yeah.
Tostada.
But
Tostada.
There's a lot of time left in the show. We still have a lot of time. We're like 50 minutes in here, but I'd like to cover a little bit of those
Fun facts. All right. So, which one caught your eye, dollar?
Faking a smile can trick your brain into thinking you're happy, actually boosting your mood.
Right?
So fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, bro.
It can actually affect. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're using all those same muscles, it's going to send some kind of a signal to your brain that's familiar. It knows when you're smiling, things are going good.
Trying to find mine. Keep on going with yours, dollar. I lost mine.
Oh, let's see. Asteroids are remnants of the solar system's formation. Asteroids are leftover rubble from the early solar system when space dust and debris fused into rocks and rubble. It's crazy to think everything has such a history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even our universe, even our galaxy. What is it? Fruitcake can age 25 years and still be eaten.
Yeah.
I like how you put it in parentheses, and enjoyed, as long as it contains the proper preservatives and is stored in an airtight container.
Yeah.
Fruitcake can last for fucking ever, bro.
Dude.
Are you a fruitcake fan?
Depends, I guess.
Was it when you were growing up too? That was a term that was like a homophobic term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still
you little fruitcake.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
still kind of a
say shit like that.
term too. So
Yeah. Do people still use it though?
yeah, people still use it. So people still are dumb.
Our listeners, maybe. Well, no, not the dumb listeners, but our age group.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which is
And that's those fun facts are in there for. Today is National Fruitcake Day.
okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah. God.
January is named after Janus, the Roman god of doors and beginnings, who has two faces to look forwards and backwards.
Ooh, fascinating.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. This is one that's going to affect me in the new year. Pierce muscle burns more calories than fat, even at rest. So strength training boosts metabolism. That's one of the biggest misconceptions that people have.
Yes.
About working out particularly when they want to lose, quote unquote, lose weight.
Yep.
Right. First of all, that's a stupid phrase. Nobody wants to lose weight in general. You want to lose body fat.
Yeah.
Right. You want to gain muscle. You don't want to lose muscle. It's not good for you. But that's the thing is people think about that. You can go get on a treadmill for an hour and you're going to burn a lot more calories than you're going to burn in a 1 hour workout. However, when you finish that workout, your muscles, your metabolism has gone up and you are still burning at a higher rate for several hours after your workout. Whereas when you're done running, not only does it stop, it can slow down. So that's something that people don't they don't get. If you want to lose weight, lift weights.
Yeah.
Sounds weird, but it's really
It's
really
a muscle versus fat thing. Yeah.
100%.
Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt,
I saw that.
but the numbers aren't even close. While 138 pyramids will be discovered in Egypt, Sudan boasts around 255.
It's not even close.
That's not even close, dude. That's like wildly
What's the deal with pyramids in general? It's all over the world.
aliens, dollar. Aliens.
Is it aliens or is it us? We're so ancient, dude.
Aliens. All about the aliens.
I feel like we oversimplify it.
You think so?
Yeah, when we think about aliens, ghosts, like we presume like we know. What if it's all the same shit? Aliens are spiritual, like, or maybe you know what I mean. They're like connecting to another dimension is what we perceive as ghosts or demons or those kind of shit. That kind of shit. I don't know.
Yeah, they're all combined as one, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Talking about your eyeball, dollar.
Yeah, my fucked up. I had a
The
slice.
cornea is one of only two body parts of the human body that don't have blood vessels.
What's the other part?
I didn't look that one up. Should have looked that. I knew you were going to ask that damn question. Should have looked it up.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I believe it though. Yeah, the eyes are so sensitive. That's why I was freaking out. Because anytime you get an infection, like, right? Because I've even seen those things where they tell you, like, if you have a pimple in the
T-zone.
This like little
the
triangle right
danger
here on your
zone or
face,
something like that,
don't pop it because it's so close to your brain, you could really end up with a bad
Infections
problem.
and stuff like that, yeah.
So when my eye was I was freaking out. No one else was. And by the way, Christmas Eve, I wore shades the whole night. It was just too distracting.
The future's so bright.
It was too distracting.
I gotta wear shades.
Yeah. It's like the asshole with shades on all night.
What one do you got there, dollar?
Black-eyed peas, greens, and cornbread are traditional New York foods in the southern U.S., symbolizing luck, wealth, and gold. So black-eyed peas, greens, and cornbread are traditional New Year's foods. I think I left that part out the first time. Yeah, so interesting. Black-eyed peas. My mom always does the black-eyed peas. You got to take a bite, at least one bite, or it's bad luck.
Yeah. My grandparents used to do that too.
Yeah. What were the other? Cornbread was one of them?
Cornbread, yep.
Interesting.
And
then
greens.
In greens. Well, for Filipinos, it's fruit. And it's not just any fruit. It has to be round fruit.
Round fruit. Why is that? Like a circle of life kind of deal, or what?
Maybe. I've asked before. She wasn't totally sure, but it's a very established cultural thing. And I think there's a certain number.
Okay.
How many is it? 12? 14?
You have to eat 12 fruits?
No, you have to have them all laid out.
Oh.
So that on New Year's Eve, there has to be 12 round fruits. So we always go to the store, and I'm always struggling for the last few. You're like, I guess we'll get a lemon. Like, because you just run out of things. And bananas don't work. Like, it has to be a round thing. So every culture is different, I guess. So we can add that to that fun fact, too. Filipinos is round fruit.
This one right here, was it Saitsema? Might have been exaggerated. Did I say it right, Dollar?
Say it again?
Saitsema?
Wait, how's it spelled?
Saitsema might have been exaggerated just a bit when compared to fruitcake to lead.
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about right now.
It's a guy, a person.
Oh.
Exaggerated just a bit when he compared fruitcake to lead. However, according to Harper's Index, the ratio density of the average fruitcake has the same density as mahogany, 1-to-1.
You could murder somebody with fruitcake.
Bruh.
It's so dense. That's wild. Mahogany is a heavy ass wood, bro.
That's wild.
It's the same density as fruitcake. The first place to ring in the new year is how do you say this? Oh, Kirimati, Christmas Island in the Pacific Ocean. They call it Christmas Island?
Yeah.
I taught a unit when I was doing ELD.
Okay.
Their island is also where you can see global warming more than any place else. The sea level is rising so fast there. They've literally lost parts of the islands. And it's this tiny little place, the Kirimati. And they're out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, in the middle of nowhere, on this like atoll. But there was literally like a whole other section that's gone now. It's underwater now. And like it's quickly, because they're like, where the fuck are they going to go? You know what I mean? When they're slowly running out of space, and you can actually see it happening in real time. But year to year, they're losing more and more.
Damn.
Fucking wild. Yeah, I forgot. I knew when I saw that name, I was like, that is so familiar. I remember that, looking up so much stuff, because that was back when I had to build my own lesson plans. So I'd put that, I was doing all kinds of research.
The most popular New Year's resolution is to exercise more.
Yeah, I was going to say lose weight. That's probably. Isn't it weird? Why did that become such a thing, lose weight?
It's really new beginnings, right? It's just new year, new me.
Yeah, but I just mean the phrase lose weight. Like, how did we get the impression that just having less weight on your body is better? Whereas if it's really less body fat.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go crazy with bodybuilding, I guess. I mean, where it's hard on your heart, right? If you get so gigantic or something like that. But I don't know why we are so quick, like, and it hasn't gone away. Because what's the big popular thing now? Ozempic.
Yeah, dude.
It literally, you lose weight.
Yeah.
You lose muscle. You lose fat. You probably fucking lose bone mass. I think you do.
Because it affects like your appetite and everything, right? It's like a chemical thing to make you not eat.
Not eat. So you just shrink.
Yeah.
Which we all know. That's why what's counterintuitive, it's lift weights and eat high amounts of protein.
Yeah.
You can play with your carbs and fat. Like, everyone's different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's
You know what I
different
mean?
body types. There's different there's people that do different activities, right? So if you need to carb up, on things and, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. For basketball. Gotta have
Spaghetti.
like on The Office. Did you remember that when
That's what my parents did
Michael
when I
Scott
grew up, dude.
It was a real thing.
It's a real thing, dude. We ate spaghetti before the night
Basketball
before
games?
the game. Yeah, the night before the game, not the day of.
Yeah. No, remember Michael Scott when he was running like a marathon. That wasn't a marathon. It was like a 5K or something like that. And he was like literally eating. He ordered like massive amounts of pasta and was like stuffing his face before he started running.
That does not do it.
No, remember he ended up laying on the ground like sick.
Yeah.
And that's what would really happen.
I mean, when you're actually like lifting, like they say, like gummies, like those kind of carbohydrates help you like push through like a workout and kind of replenish you. Like
You said
sugars.
gummies?
Yeah, like gummy bears, stuff like that. Like fruit chews, things like that, because they help you
When you're pushing hard.
Yeah,
Sure.
giving you that little sugar boost, little carb boost. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend, Summer, and she has a bag of gummy bears in her gym bag. So whenever she's like feeling a little low,
Does it matter if you do it like close to your workout? You're supposed to do it before, or after?
you can do
Does
it
it make
like
a
during
difference?
the workout when you're doing it. If you need a little bit of a boost, a little bit of sugar boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to go into your body. Because that's what happens to sugar when you don't use it. It
Yeah.
turns into fat,
Yep.
right? So you have to be able to use it. And so I think that would be the time. But I think it's before and after too. Same with protein, right? Aren't you supposed to have protein? It's before or
Within
after.
30 minutes. Yeah. Within
around.
30 minutes of your workout.
Yeah. Seeing
For
that's
optimal muscle gain.
sure. And that's what people think is like they don't want to get buff. I'm not trying to get bigger. I want to lose weight. But you don't realize that when you have a higher muscle mass, your metabolism goes up. You're burning more fat.
And you're burning muscle too, depending on
When
how
you're
hard
lifting weights, you
going.
mean?
Yeah, when you're going hard enough. So that's why,
You don't want to burn muscle, though.
yeah, that's when you have marathon runners are not like gigantic people, right? But they're still healthy. But they're killing all that,
Yeah, have you ever seen those pictures?
because there's aerobic and anaerobic, remember?
Totally. Have you ever seen those pictures where it shows
Yeah.
like sprinters
Yeah.
standing next to marathon runners? Marathon runners look like malnutrition
Yeah.
teenagers, and sprinters look like fucking football players.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
It's just, it's really
Wow
crazy
difference.
because there's a difference. There's that it's the explosiveness.
Yeah. There was somewhere I was reading too recently saying that the longevity of life is dependent on the correlation in the size of your legs. Like if you have strong legs, that most people live longer.
There's some interesting things about strong. Do your
Yeah.
squats, fellas.
Yes.
Fucking do your deadlifts, do your calf raises, do the whole thing.
Everything.
Because good mornings, do all of them.
Yeah.
Because not only is it longevity, did you know that for males specifically, there's a link between lower body strength and intelligence?
What? Dang.
Fucking crazy. So you live longer and you're smarter. Do your squats.
Do your
fellas.
squats.
Do your squats. Don't be that
Get
guy.
some squats in there.
Guy with
Don't
no
never
legs.
skip leg day.
Never skip leg
Never
day.
skip leg day. Don't be a gym bro. Don't be Monday through Friday chest and then Saturday and Sunday arms. Don't be what's his name? Robert. Damn it, I forget his name already.
Robert?
Yeah, the gym bro, the self-proclaimed gym bro.
Oh, some guy. Yeah, a guy. He basically skinny legs.
Yeah,
Big up top.
yeah. He
Okay.
always says like, I don't need to. He's like, I'm going to go to a swimming pool. I'm going to wear joggers with no shirt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. To me, it's not that big of a deal until it gets extreme. You ever see those guys where whether it's their legs are extremely small
Yeah.
or sometimes their legs are normal, but they have extremely large arms.
Yeah.
And you're like, your arms are like 3 times the size of your fucking legs, bro.
Well, that's the thing of bodybuilding, right? It's all aesthetic. It's supposed to be proportionate. Your calves are supposed to be as big as your arms, right?
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be the same.
yeah.
I always would joke around like that too on leg day when I touched that.
You probably got quite a differential there.
Remember on leg day, I just joke around.
Yeah.
I'd say like, people would ask me like, "What are you doing biceps? Isn't it leg day?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing lower legs and upper legs."
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to get going again. It just, the breaks for me have to be a time when I reset because it's so hard. Once work gets going, if I don't have something in place, it just falls apart. It really falls apart. I had to have a real moment with myself, which is why we decided to start this on the 26th, like
Yeah.
the day after Christmas,
Yeah.
start making some changes. Because I had to be real with myself of like my whole life, I think what saved me, Mike, is that I've always been active. I've always exercised. I've always I've always get 1 trillion steps. Like I'm a very physical person. I do lots of shit. Where I struggled was eating, and then now age and eating combined, it like becomes a real problem. You have to super clean things up.
Yeah.
And I had to have a real moment where I was like, I'm not really that athletic anymore at all. You know what I mean? Because you think you are. I'm like, I play basketball. I do these things. And I'm like, think back 5 years ago. Think
Yeah.
back 10 years
Yeah.
ago. What were you doing? And I was like, damn, I was working out 5-6 times a week. You know what I mean? I was doing shit all the time, plus trying to watch my eating. And you're a little younger, so it's a little bit easier.
Yep.
So as you get older, so me and Mai just kind of decided, and your goals change, right? I'm not trying to be fucking in that old movie 300. Remember that movie? I'm not trying to be in that, right? I just want to be healthy. I don't want to get diabetes. I don't want to get high blood pressure. I don't want to die before my time.
Yeah.
You know, if God's got a plan, we've got a plan.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to fast forward it.
That's me too. Like, I've told you this before in the past. I'm switching things up as soon as I'm done with this 1,200 pound challenge. Just lifting heavy, as long as as much as I've been lifting. It's just every day I'm perpetually sore, bro.
It's taking a toll.
I'm just sore every day.
Yeah, I bet.
All the time. Because I'm just pushing myself extra every week because I want to get that 1,200 pounds.
Right.
And so I'm gonna slim it down a lot, dollar.
You're gonna join me in basketball?
I'm gonna go back to like when I was what was it? Was it pre-COVID? When I got down to the 215.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
And I was like, a lot more cut, a lot more lean.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so because I felt like I was.
What does that look like?
What does that look
like?
like?
Sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
No, because I just felt like it was like I was able to do more things. Like now I'm like, oh fuck, I'm sore.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, I can lift trucks, but damn, I'm fucking sore, bro. Like,
yeah.
But yes,
there's different types of in shape.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because that's what I'm discovering with basketball. It's very hard to like try to put on muscle and
like just right now
and get really good at basketball.
It's on my face.
Yeah.
I move my elbows like like oh, God. Yeah. So yeah, different kinds of in shapes. Yeah. This right here, I'm 42 years old, dollar. I'm about to be 43 in a month. Right? Almost exactly a month, right? Yeah, almost exactly a month.
Yeah, one day.
And like it's hard on me. And as we get older, the recovery takes longer.
And a lot of effort.
And
the
so
cold plunges, plenty of sleep.
Takes a little bit longer. And
extra hydration.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slim it back a little bit.
Okay.
Slim it back a little bit. I'll still do my not normal people lifts, right? But I'm not trying to push 500 pounds for a deadlift and 400 pounds for squats, for reps and stuff, and 100 plus pounds for bench. I'll scale that back. Maybe just do 225. Keep on doing 225, and for squats, 285, 315, whatever. Just keep up with those. Just the normal numbers for me before I got all ridiculous. Yeah,
got all crazy.
Yeah,
diesel trucks. Yeah. No, I think that's the move. I think it's good for us. And we also know it's harder on your heart, right? Even if you have like a tremendous amount of muscle mass, it's a little harder on your heart.
Yeah. Well, I'm eating a lot more too because I got to stay up with that strength.
Right.
Weight.
Of course.
So,
Otherwise, you can't. Otherwise, you're going to get an injury.
Yeah.
You undereat, undernourished, and then you're pushing heavy fucking weight every day. That's when things go wrong.
Now I'm sitting at 250.
Okay.
So it's a lot more muscle mass on that, but
yeah, bro. Yeah, that's a lot. But I think my vision has just changed of what I want my health to look like.
Yeah.
Because if I want to dunk by the time I'm 50, it got to be getting lighter.
Yeah.
Right. And I was getting head in a good direction, nipping that. Nip. I was playing today. Couldn't nip it today.
Man.
Yeah. Fucking holidays, bro.
Fucking holidays.
Lumpia. I blame Lumpia.
Weighing you down. all that oil in your joints, dollar.
Yeah. The other thing that it's taken me forever to learn is that it's the marathon, right? It's not as an analogy, not literally marathon, but it's the marathon as in like consistency over time is what gets the difference. It's not going real fucking hard and then falling off, which is a pattern so many of us repeat. It's something I've done over and over in my life. I've gotten to great peaks of physical health for me, only to just completely fuck it up and like not care and get back. And it's just back and forth. And I think what really makes the difference, the healthiest people in the world, you're just consistently over time, which is a combination of things. One, it means don't go ape shit because it's not sustainable. And then you're going to completely fall off at some point.
Yeah.
And just to get away from it, to feel like you have a normal life, to feel like you enjoy your life, which happens to bodybuilders. I'm really proud of Fran for that, by the way. We talk a lot of shit, but I am very proud of Fran for like, he's in great shape.
Yeah.
I know he's probably not happy with his body at all, though.
He's,
right?
bodybuilder,
I'm so small, bro. I'm so
yeah.
tiny. No, bro. We all wish we were built just like you're built right now. Honestly, truthfully. So I am proud of him for that. But I think over time, you just realize you're just like, I just want to be healthier, man.
Yeah.
I just want to feel good. I want to, and to me, the food is the big thing, not because of the weight so much as because of how you feel.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know about you, but I know with fucking heavy European descent, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's that, but it's like carbs, like bread, like American bread.
Yeah.
God, what else? Chips, right? Any of that kind of, obviously candy, sugar.
Yeah.
I feel like trash. And when I did the keto just for a few days, my brain was clear, which I don't really want to do keto completely, like long term, especially trying to play basketball at the same time. I feel like I don't know if it goes. Are there many keto NBA players? Probably not. Most of them eat carbs, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just burning tremendous amount of calories all the time. So you got to, but.
Well, I mean, there's people that are like super religious, right? Like Kankar with the Nuggets. He's Muslim, and so they do Ramadan, and so like
Only
they don't
eats
eat
at night.
Yeah, he only eats at night, and so like there's times where like he'll play like half the game, right? And then at halftime, he'll eat like a whole bunch of peanut butter jelly sandwiches. They have like
peanut
butter. And
was that
jelly
you that
sandwiches
was
ready
telling me
for
about
them.
that before?
Yeah.
Just feeding him.
Yeah.
Because you got to get some calories.
Yeah,
in.
because they haven't eaten from sundown to, they've been fasting for that long.
Yeah. The main reason I want to lose weight, not just so I can slam dunk, but also because of the joints, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. A sport like basketball, you're trying to cut and break
yeah.
ankles and move around and have agility. That's what's the funniest thing is getting older, but then also gaining weight at the same time. Like the combination of those things. I remember when I first started playing basketball again, it was so embarrassing. I was like, my body won't do what the fuck I'm trying to make it do.
Yeah.
I move so slow. I turned too fast. I fucked up my ankle. You know what I mean? It's really weird because when you're young, for whatever reason, you just take all that shit for granted. Like this is just how I move, bro.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
That's how I that one reel that I sent you, or that guy. He goes, so I just rolled a joint.
I saw
Before
that.
you get excited, it was my ankle.
It was my ankle.
It's not that awesome.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, you really can. And I try to be careful. And the thing that I'm the worst at right now, and basketball's not going to work out for me if I don't get my shit together, stretching before.
Yeah.
I stretch, but I know at my age I should be spending 20, 30 minutes stretching.
Oh yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah, I think we're all guilty of that.
I'm like, 5-6 minutes, I'm good. I'm good. I've done
Because we're living in a world where we need to get shit done. Right?
Yeah.
And you're like, fucking 20 or 30 minutes, that's going to take time out of my workout.
That's how much time I got for basketball, bro. You know what I mean? The whole time stretching.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to, especially all the jumping and shit. You know what I mean? Especially when you're heavier. You know what I mean? Like pushing all that weight up into the air, just fucking wait, and you didn't stretch at all.
No.
Fucking for me, 45 years on those tendons. You know what I'm saying? They're not brand new tendons, buddy. You got to be careful.
They got them city miles on those
Got
tendons.
those city miles, bro. This is a guy who gets a lot of steps.
Yeah.
This fucking a lot of miles on every joint in my body. You know what I couldn't do is play volleyball because of breaking my wrist multiple times.
Oh,
I was helping my daughter out today because she's practicing, and so you just hitting it over and over, and the ball's light and everything.
Can't keep it flat. Is that what it is? You can't keep your wrist flat?
No, it's just it takes a toll. It starts getting achy for me.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, just keep hitting it. Well, because I'm hitting right where it was broke, like over and over and over and over.
Dollar bill with his hitting the bags.
Yeah, I told that on the show quite a few times, but a long time ago. Literally broke both my wrists on a punching bag. Because I almost got in a fight with a guy at the laundromat, and I controlled myself, and it turns out he was legit like crazy homeless guy.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, I wish I had seen that. I just got high. I had to do was mess around with my laundry, and I got weird.
Yeah.
And so we were about to go to it, and it didn't happen. We held it in, went and punched a fucking punching bag like with force that I've never used in my life, and broke my wrist. Went and told my friend who owned the bag and was like an amateur boxer. And he said, "Oh, you just got a stinger. Keep going." It's like, a stinger, huh? Yeah, fucking stingers hurt, buddy. And he was like, "Yeah, they do. Just shake it off. You'll be all right." I went back in, started punching. Pop! Same feeling on the other wrist. Buddy, I think I just got another stinger.
Stinger?
He's like, "Oh, yeah, you'll be all right. Keep going." Kept hitting the bag. Boom, boom, boom. Got unbearable. Had to stop. I was like, I'm just going to go on a fucking run. Couldn't tie my shoes. Had to have my girlfriend help me tie my shoes.
Jesus,
Then by the time I got home that night, I couldn't. I didn't sleep.
walking around like this.
They're just jiggling, just fucking
Like
flapping
Jell-O,
in
yeah.
the wind. No, they weren't. It wasn't that bad, but it hurt a lot. But I thought, I have a stinger, so that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Ran 7 miles that night. Came home. Couldn't sleep a wink, bro.
Yeah.
All night. Whoa, whoa. Just
thuds,
throbbing, dude. To the point I was literally holding my hands up, laying on my back, holding my hands up
get the
above
blood to
me.
go down?
Just because it was like,
Yeah.
if they were down close to me, it was just throbbing. And,
Throbbing to the point where you probably heard that shit, Dollar.
yeah, in my ears.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. You hear your fucking
Yeah,
pulse.
dude. Yep.
And then it was the next morning. I knew I had a problem. I got up and tried to get a glass of water, and I could barely lift the empty glass. I set it in the sink. Didn't give a fuck about filters. Drink it out of the sink.
I just have this image of my you try to get water, but it's like so ridiculous. You're just like
It's like that. Yes,
like, grabbing
clamping my
the
hands
water and
together,
like
using my hands in uncanny ways.
trying to put it in the filter.
It was like that. It was totally like that. And then but I got it down and I managed to set it down in the sink. And I was like, oh, fill it up with water. Shut it off. I can't get this thing out the fucking sink now. That's when that was the first time it really occurred to me. I was like, I think I have broken bones. I might have broken bones in both wrists. We got to find out.
Just like tickling. You're just like, I don't know, something's wrong.
Well, it ruined it for me because I have a complex. I thought I was being a pansy, right?
Yeah.
He was like, it's a stinger, buddy. Get used to it. And this is a guy who boxed all the time.
Yeah.
So I thought there was legitimacy to what he said. That's when it was when I couldn't get the glass out. I was like, I told my girlfriend, I was like, I think I need to go to the doctor. Pretty sure something's wrong. And they x-rayed both hands. And he was like, you have two broken wrists.
Yeah.
You broke both your wrists. And that's when it was like, oh my God, fucking Michael. Stingers. Are you kidding me, bro? God. It was actually my girlfriend's older brother.
So did you have to have like fucking casts?
Yeah.
You were just like,
Oh, it was a nightmare, buddy. Yeah, dude. I had to have casts for a very long time. That's when I got that crazy speeding ticket I told you about.
Oh,
Because I was driving back and forth to get my wrists. I was getting it worked on in like Humboldt and then driving down to Sacramento and working a job down there at the same time. But I literally had 2 casts at the same time. At one point, they didn't both come all the way up, but at one point, one went to here, like to my elbow, and then the other one wasn't healing. So they had to do like the fucking super magna one all the way up to my
Super
shoulder.
magna.
So I was stuck like in an L on this arm forever. It was the worst, dude. It was so miserable. And I had to stop running. They told me I had to stop running because it was like the only
Yeah.
thing I could do.
You-
And they said I was jarring
Yep.
it. That's why I wasn't healing. That's why I had to get the one all the way up to my fucking shoulder. So forever I had 2 casts. When my mom and Mo got married in Las Vegas, I was in Vegas and there's video of me dancing with a Hawaiian shirt on with 2 fucking casts. Just trying to get my groove on, buddy. And you know what's funny about that wedding too is that Myra was there. And my ex-girlfriend came with me. Her name
Yeah.
was Michelle. So it was me and Michelle, and then her and her ex-boyfriend, Brian.
Yeah.
And we weren't even a thing. It was way before we got together. But it's funny to see those pictures.
that is hilarious.
My stupid fucking 159-pound ass. Fucking with 2 casts on.
And fucking Brian.
Just yeah, fucking Brian.
Well, guess what, Brian? I won.
2 good arms.
I won, Brian.
That motherfucker had no casts on. I was the casty one. Oh, dude. At some point I zoomed my camera in. How do I
Look at that.
do I need to zoom it out?
The Old Man Podcast trying to figure out videos.
Yeah, I don't
That's why I tried to minimize my hands.
Oh, there it goes.
I wasn't doing any
I do a lot of
Talladega Nights. Like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do? I don't want to put my hands up here because like I messed it up already a couple of times.
Yeah, I do a lot of hand gestures, and I think I just threw the camera off. These fancy cameras. You can zoom in, you can zoom out.
Tracking us.
And shit. Yeah, no, so that was super embarrassing. And then for years, I told everybody I did it going off the front of a mountain bike. That was my story. That was my go-to.
Better. Sounds a lot better.
It was way better. It was way better when people would ask. Because it's already, people notice. When you have 2 fucking casts on, people are like,
What did you
"Bro,
do?"
what'd
That's
you
the number
do?"
question. What did you do?
And no one, it was more believable that I went over the front of a mountain bike than it was that I literally broke both my wrists on the punching bag in the
Yeah.
same punching session. The fact that I call it a punching session should have told me I should have been on the bag. That's an indicator right there. I had a bad punching session that day. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be punching a punching bag.
You did have a bad one.
You really do. You have to tape your wrists. You can't just fucking walk up and start wailing on those
All
things.
willy-nilly over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Always been self-conscious too. I got skinny wrists, see? No, they're always forever cracked. And what's crazy is the bone that I broke in both wrists, it's shaped like a rock. Have you ever looked at the bones right here at the base of your hand? It's literally a big fucking rectangular, like if you found it, it would be like a rock you would find like in the mountains. You know what I mean? Like it's just solid, and it literally this one on my right literally cracked in half. It's called the navicular bone. Yeah. Good stories, dude. All over some random ass dude in a laundromat that I perceived as a threat because my girl was there and the homeboy was digging in my laundry and he started getting kind of irate. He was crazy.
It's crazy. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. Thank God.
He
Can you imagine if he beat the shit out of me too?
Oh God.
I get what I want. I get to fight him, and then he beats me up.
Does the Cat Williams you?
Yeah, and then I go home still mad, break my wrists on the. Cat Williams, poor cat, dude. Remember when that happened? That kid, Cat Williams, got into it with
a middle school kid, right?
Yeah.
And like you see him in that fight, he doesn't look any more bigger than any of those kids.
No, he blended right in. Got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
That's no bueno, buddy. You don't want that.
There's no coming back from that.
There's no coming back from that. It's like a worst nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like the worst nightmare.
And that kid now has all the cred, like, forever. Right?
Yeah.
Cat Williams. Like, what?
Yeah.
The comedian?
The Cat Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker was talking shit.
When? It was like 6th, 7th grade? Oh, you guys, wait, how old are you? Oh, no, he came to my school and I fucked him up.
Bro, Cat Williams is telling the truth right now.
Oh, yeah, on everything.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people listen to him. More and more people are starting to listen to him.
Yeah. Well, even on his older podcast, not his podcast, his older specials, remember? When he was talking about, like, when he made it big and he'd go to these massive, like, mansion parties.
Fuck up and look in a room he shouldn't have looked in.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. How about the Jamie Foxx thing? Did we talk about? Oh, we talked about it last episode, huh?
What's that?
Jamie Foxx has the new special. Have you seen it?
Oh, no, I haven't seen his new special yet, no.
It's a combination of funny and like serious.
Oh, really?
But he flat out says in there that Diddy tried to kill him.
Damn.
I know, bro. Just wild. He looked so bad. He still doesn't look the same.
No. He looks like scary skinny, like cancer skinny, almost.
Yeah, and pale somehow.
Yeah, very. Yeah. What happened?
I don't know. Yeah, he almost fucking died is what happened.
Yeah.
Diddy didn't like him doing whatever the fuck he was doing. So I'm going to take you out, bro.
Yeah. And like, I guess I was listening to some.
No one would have probably ever known.
Yeah.
He would have never probably said it if all this shit didn't happen with Diddy now.
And you know what's wild? Like, I think there's some like tapes of Diddy, like talking to people outside of jail. And like, they have these tapes and they're like released already. And he's saying something like, put the pizza boxes away.
I know.
Something
Like clean up their mess
Yeah.
or whatever. Oof.
Like, come on, bro. You're just talking code on there. Like,
it's so dark and it feels like it goes so deep.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with the islands, those islands too, the Epstein Islands. And
oh, dude.
I just feel like this is way more prevalent than
And then again, that's another thing too. Like Donald Trump said that he was going to release. Remember that?
The Epstein Island stuff?
The black book.
Is that like the list of everybody
Yeah.
that was there?
Yeah.
Wasn't he there though?
That's what they're saying. That's like they're not going to release it.
Yeah. What's driving people though? Like, are there that many people that like
In high spots?
Like, yeah, but I just mean like that shit's weird. Pedophilia?
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are there that many people that are into
it?
kids?
Yeah, dude, it's weird.
And why concentrated so much in the entertainment business?
I don't know. Well, because a lot of them come from being children, right?
Like child stars and
Yeah,
stuff, you mean?
stuff like that. Yeah.
I just find it weird that, like, what percentage, I wonder if we could Google that, like, what percentage of the population are pedophiles? It's got to be a minute number, right? Can you imagine it's 45% of the population living in a scary fucking world?
Should I ask that, Dollar? What percentage you said?
Yeah, what percentage of people are pedophiles? Because it's got to be a diagnosed thing for the most part, or they have an idea of how many people have this kind of a fucking issue. But I would think it's a tiny ass number, which is crazy to think you have a whole island and all these different people that are into fucking kids.
Let's see here. What does this one say? Misperceptions about child sex offenders? What?
Oh, no, I don't like this.
No, I don't like that one already. But it's from Australia.gov.
Oh,
It's from Australia.
This PC shit's getting wild, bro.
Facts about how many men are pedophiles. How about this? BBC.
Okay.
BBC's all right, right?
Yeah, for sure. Very reliable. Wait, what's that acronym stand for?
This guy here runs the Royal Ottawa Healthcare Group. He said in 2008 he wrote a book in which he put a prevalence of pedophilia in the general population of about 5%.
That's actually way higher than I would have expected. But
Really?
still, 5% is so low.
Oh, hold on. Now with more data and better methodology, he has revised his figure now up into the recently to 1% of the population.
1%. Okay, that's more like what I would have guessed.
That's still a lot of fucking people, dollar.
It's still a lot of people.
8 billion people in this
You're
world.
right. You're right. It is a lot. I honestly would have thought it would be way lower than 1%. I would have thought it's like some crazy decimal, like 1 in 10,000 people or something like that. 1 in 100 is pretty high, actually.
Ugh.
Now you're thinking about that. Every time you have 100 people together, there's somebody in that group that's a pedophile. That's fucking, or odds are that one of those people is a pedophile.
Yeah.
That's a really crazy thing to me. And when you think about it, we all just kind of write off like, oh yeah, the darkness of it. But you're like, there's this many fucking people that they have an island where it's all about kids.
Yeah. So like if it's 1% of the population, right? That's still about 80 million people.
80 million pedophiles. And how well do we even understand pedophilia? Are there genetic elements, or it's like people that have fucked up childhoods? What makes?
I feel like I don't want to Google that right now.
No, I don't think you should. I don't think you should. Let's start the new year out right.
Local
Mike.
news: Colorado man who runs a podcast has found pedophilia on his computer.
Yeah, because they don't fuck around.
No, they don't.
You cannot have like pedophilia of any sort.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a fucking video of a kid, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't play. So you don't even want to Google shit. I guess I'm just shocked at how big of a thing it is. I would think of all the things, you know what I mean? Like if it was like dudes roofing chicks, as horrible as that is, I imagine that is widespread, right? Guys are fucking gross.
Yeah.
And, like there's a lot of that shit happening. But the whole like sexually liking kids, I would think that was rare as fuck. 1% is actually much higher than you would think, but still, when you put it in perspective and you think, wow, if that's 80 million people.
Yeah.
A few of those motherfuckers get together, buy an island. Before you know it, everybody's buying baby oil.
Oh my God.
It's going downhill fast.
Yeah. Yeah, Dal, that is. You're right. That is 1 out of 100. Every 1 out of 100 people, there's a pedophile in that group.
That's crazy.
That is still a pretty.
I just think about, I'm like, there's a fucking couple hundred people working in my job. You know what I mean? There's places where you're around hundreds of people all the time. And to think that what makes it cloudy though, right, is like the fact that you can urinate near a school or on a school, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to go down as
a sex offender.
Because those maps are crazy.
Yeah.
That seems like more than 1 in 100, bro. There's fucking 73 in my neighborhood.
Did you see the Instagram reel that I posted
No,
on my story? And it was like, if anybody's looking for extra cash during the holidays, the sex offender registry is free and online. Those people are not allowed to have guns. So if you rob them, they're not going to be able to defend themselves.
Everybody can go rob the child of the fucking sex offenders.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. There's so many people, but that's what the weird one with that is. To me, like if somebody's taking a leak on a school campus,
Yeah.
there's probably a lot of people who get put on that list that way.
Oh, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Who was it? I remember back in the day. when I was living in Broomfield, and one of the residents of the apartments that I lived in was taking pictures in a park, just like, random pictures. But somebody complained, said that they were taking pictures of their children.
No.
And got hit.
So they're on that map now?
Yeah.
Wait, but just from an accusation?
Yeah. Because, then they looked at his camera.
And he had pictures of the kids?
And they had pictures of kids. But it was in a park.
Sure. He's taking artistic pictures of but that you have to be careful because it's other people.
Yeah.
I think you have to be careful snapping pictures, especially minors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking
Bad
crazy. 216 is in the bag. Mike Pierce. The next time we do one of these episodes, it's going to be 2025.
Yeah.
Next year.
I'll
see you next year, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break. I'll see you in like 6 days. We'll do it again.
But it's been great, man. It's been a good year. We've had a lot of growth. We've had a lot of life-changing people on here. So
And new cameras.
Yeah, and new cameras. So 2025, watch out. You'll see more of us. And with that dollar, it is a wrap.
Cheers.